Hey, Whippersnaps, this is TortimerTheGrey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tournament. Today, I bring you an exciting battle between SeleneElenor and myself, as we both duke it out for the right to move on in the Consolation bracket and take on Red Wolf NJW, who went down in the Final Four. So we are fighting for the right to do that, and let's see how we do. Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number one has SeleneElenor leading off with Trusty Clawstripe as I lead off with Doyle. I decided to lead off with my Something Fishy team, and so I go ahead and set up rocks after forcing out Clawstripe. Luna then going to Wild Charge on Depth Charge, and at this point I'm like, oh, and we're done. Because Depth Charge is one of my walls, and without one of my walls I'm usually not too great. And so Fumesy's going to go ahead and throw up the Clear Smog up against Luna, and Luna's throwing up those physical attacks, so I just kind of leave Fumesy in and let him chip away for a minute until I'm going to switch into Zoidberg, expecting that I've got him locked into fire moves at this point, and Zoidberg's able to outspeed Luna and get the Crab Hammer going. So that worked out very nicely. That Devilish Growlithe off the field. Then the Amoonguss comes in. I decided to switch in Doyle, expecting the Spore, so we are immune to that. But then seems legit. It's going to throw up the Hidden Power Fire there and do some really good damage to Doyle. I decided to throw up the Paralysis and then get Doyle on out of there. Fumesy switching in to take that Hidden Power, getting the Pain Split going, so getting himself back up. We do get the Paralyhacks there, so that works out very nicely. And then we're able to land a Flamethrower before Fumesy takes a little nap there, which is well deserved, so we'll let him have it. Sylar then switches in, takes a hard Giga Drain, and he is going to throw up the Psychic there. The Amoonguss is going to switch off into Fangtuz. Expecting the Shadow Snake, I go ahead and switch out, but the Sacred Sword comes instead and is going to finish off Doyle. Lol, at which point is then going to switch in and get the knockoff off on Phantos. So that works out pretty nicely. Lol getting that Moxie boost there. Clawstripe then switching in, breaking that mold, and then going to take a hard knock off from Lol. Going to get that Rapid Spin going to get the rocks off the team, but then the Scarfed Lol is going to come in and get the second Moxie boost by defeating Clawstripe. At which point G-Char is going to come in. One knockoff is going to be enough to finish that. These boosts just continuing to rack up at this point. Then the Fungus is going to come in and go down to Lol and her Moxie boosted knockoffs, and then so does Frilly Hat. So by the time the defensive Frilly Hat switches in, Lol was already 3 times attack, and there was just no stopping her. So got lucky there. Lost some heavy losses early on, especially with taking Depth Charge going out in one hit, but able to pull it out thanks to a lucky late game Lol sweep. She performed beautifully, so I at least won one today, which is exciting, because I was expecting to pretty much get the floor swept with me. So I take battle number 1. Let's see what happens in battle number 2, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 2 shows up, and having gone up in the first round, I decided to take a chance on my Killis team. They usually do pretty good work for me, so I decided to go ahead and do that. Peaches comes in against the Diglett, and with the Ice Shard is going to be able to finish off Diglett there. Berry Juice getting her back above half. Fletchling then going to switch in and throw up the Acrobatics, which is not going to finish off Peaches, and I decided to take this chance since I figure it might be Peaches' last chance to get those rocks up to do some work for us this battle. Then Crush is going to come in, force out the Fletchling. The Shell Smash is going to do a good job of boosting our stats, but in the face of the Croagunk, expecting that fighting move, I decided to switch it to Treebeard, who is immune. Treebeard is then going to set up the substitute here, and the Apom is going to go ahead and obviously knock that off. We get the Will-O-Wisp up on the Apom, which is going to be useful. I know how powerful Apoms can be, and Treebeard is just able to survive a knockoff there, unfortunately losing its Oranberry in the process, which is going to keep us from being able to use our Harvest ability. And so Treebeard finally goes down, but we did get the burn off on the Apom there, so we'll take that as a win for Treebeard. Bigwig then able to finish off the Apom, and the Honedge comes into an Earthquake as well, doing some good damage there. Bigwig able to survive that Gyro Ball, and going to have a Croagunk switch into an Earthquake there. So Bigwig doing some really good work. Fletchling, though, is going to be able to finish off Bigwig. I figure at this point, probably don't want to switch anybody else into a Fletchling, so we'll let Bigwig go down. His work having been so spectacular, figure we can finish off the rest without him. Bring Crush in and reset up the Shell Smash. Gonna get the knockoff off on the Honedge there, finishing off with the Eevee, or getting rid of the Eviolite there. And then Corphish switches in. Corphish going to get that Aqua Jet, which is going to be more than enough to finish off Crush there despite his stat boosts. And then Spud is going to come into the Aqua Jet, get the superpower going. Not going to be enough, and those stat boosts are not going to be enough either to keep Spud from going down. At which point, Samos is going to come in and take an Aqua Jet from the Choice Banded Cordfish and take out Talos. So, battle number 2 goes to SeleneElenor, and I think we move into battle number 3 for the first time in like 2 full rounds of this tournament. It's been a long time since we've gone to a battle number 3. Things have been pretty decisive up to this point, but I took battle number 1, SeleneElenor took battle number 2. Whoo! Let's see what happens in battle number 3. Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 3, I decided to switch over to my Road to Rank team. I trust them, and so we go ahead at it, and SeleneElenor switches back to her main team as well. Boots is going to get the knockoff off, getting rid of their Eviolite there from Clawstripe. Clawstripe gets those rocks up, and unfortunately, with the Intimidate lowering, Luna is just going to tank Boots' Fury Swipes like nobody's business. Ryobi is then going to switch in and take that close combat from the Growlithe there, and is going to go ahead and throw up an Earthquake here, which is going to do pretty good damage considering the poison typing. Well, it's going to do good damage because of the poison typing on the Fungus there. They're generally pretty bulky, but Ryobi able to get through it. And Phantos is going to take one as well. The Honedges don't respond well to Earthquakes. I tried using a Honedge since a lot of you guys were using it early on in the tournament. I tried building a team with a Honedge on it. I couldn't get it to work. It was too susceptible to too many things. But some of you guys are using them to great effect, so I mean, I wish I could make that work. But yeah, so Ray will be able to do that. Fumesy up against now the Noibat, going to set up that Pain Split to get a little bit of health back. Going to take a Heat Wave, so obviously Fumesy's not best adapted for these kinds of special attacks getting thrown his way, but we're able to switch Boots in, and Boots is going to force out the Noibat. Luna's going to come back in with the Intimidate. Fake Out going to do a bit, but obviously Boots can do better, but the Intimidate we're going to get Boots forced out. Dory then comes in as Luna heals with the Morning Sun. Going to throw up that Scald, which is going to get G-Chart down pretty low, and the burn is going to put in range of a Thunderbolt. Not that Thunderbolt wouldn't have done it previously, but Clawstripe then going to switch in, going to take a Scald himself, and he's going to go down, leaving SeleneElenor with Frilly Hat and Growlithe. Frilly Hat is not ground type yet, unlike its evolution, so going to take some good damage while throwing up the Earth Power, but Dory has a Berry Juice, so able to hang on there. And then Luna is going to switch in, throw up that Intimidate, take a Scald in the face, and get a close combat off on Dory. Going to lower his defenses, but at this point, or her defenses, but at this point, not going to really matter. And Dory is going to be able to finish it off for us. So, whoo! In best 2 out of 3, the first we've had in a while, but well, I guess all of them have been best 2 out of 3s, but I win 2, SeleneElenor took 1, and that is going to move me up into the consolation bracket to fight Red Wolf NJW. SeleneElenor, a valiant opponent, but going down. Not what I expected out of this matchup. I was pretty nervous. SeleneElenor has always been a very tough opponent. And she dealt with Scad pretty handily the battle, or her last battle, and Scad has always been very, very tough as well. So I was scared. I was scared going into this. Obviously, Selene went out a little earlier in the tournament, but she was matched up against Pablo, who has, again, been very dominant in the championship bracket, and we were waiting his and Nougat's championship battle. I was nervous, but able to pull it out. I was flabbergasted, but able to do it. Which is very exciting. I get to stay alive in my own tournament, which is great. And again, so SeleneElenor, her time is done. No longer needs to worry about battling in the tournament. But I will be moving on to battle Red Wolf NJW. So we will work on getting those battles scheduled here to see who will move on to battle the winner of Klungar and whoever matches up against him. Klungar is waiting for an opponent between Aaron Cerise. Ready, let's go. Whoever wins that will battle. Actually, I guess I should say, this is a good time to point out, normally I would potentially give more time than this, although there's been a fair bit of time, so I'm not really super worried about it. But the fact of the matter is, I've not heard from, Dragonite Strike has yet to make contact with either me or Codeman to make any actionable steps toward scheduling a battle. And while I would normally leave more time for that, at this point, I don't have any more battles to show you guys. And so I don't really have, like, I don't really want to say, like, well, I'll just wait till next episode, because I don't really know when the next episode's going to be, and I don't want to let this language for much longer. I commented on Dragonite Strikes in the comments. I think it's Raditz TV. I said, jump in the Discord, get in touch with Codeman. And they said, all right. And then a week goes by, still nothing. Reached out to him again, haven't heard. So at this point, sorry, this tournament itself is just dragging on too much, so we're just going to move on. So unfortunately, a Dragonite Strike is taken out of the tournament, and Codeman moves up once again by default. So taking out David Kahn and Dragonite Strike just in absentia. But Codeman will move up and take on Epic Big Nick now. So Epic Big Nick, you and Codeman get together, get a battle going. Let's not get Codeman to the finals just because his opponents can't manage to show up. But yeah, so Codeman and Epic Big Nick are going to battle, and then the winner of that battle is going to battle the winner of Aaron Cerise and Ready Let's Go, and then the winner of that matchup will move up to battle Klungar. And then whoever wins between me and Red Wolf will battle the winner between Klungar and whoever ends up battling Klungar, which will the winner of that next match. Anyway, the winner of that next matchup will go up against the loser between Pablo K. Sanchez and Nougat. And so very interesting to see where the tournament's going to go from this point. I do want to clarify, I think Thunder commented on the last episode, and I want to clarify, since we're getting towards that way, I want to clarify exactly what it is that we should be expecting from the end of this loser's bracket. So the way this works, this is a double elimination tournament. So Pablo K. Sanchez and Nougat are going to battle, and then the loser of that is going to go into the consolation bracket. Because it is a double elimination tournament, they still have a chance. So the loser of that battle will battle basically the winner of the consolation bracket. And so we're a couple of rounds away from that still, but basically the winner of the consolation bracket will battle the loser of the final battle of the championship bracket. So let's just say for discussion's sake that maybe Nougat loses. So just for discussion's sake, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I haven't seen that battle yet, but let's just say Nougat loses. So Nougat will battle basically the winner of the consolation bracket. Whoever wins between Red Wolf, JW, and me, and Klungar, and whoever his opponent is, that winner will battle. The winners of those two battles are going to battle, and whoever wins that battle will battle, in this instance, Nougat. If Nougat prevails again, he will battle... I guess Pablo K. Sanchez in this instance would have been the victor there. So he will battle, and they will have a second set of battles to win. Now, because this is a double elimination tournament, they essentially are going to have to do two sets of battles, assuming one thing. So because it's double elimination, in their second matchup, so Pablo K. Sanchez and Nougat are going to battle in the championship finale or final. But in this instance, Pablo K. Sanchez wins. He's still never been eliminated, but Nougat has been eliminated once. So if they end up matching again, if we say Nougat wins and goes into the title match, then Pablo K. Sanchez only needs to win one best 2 out of 3 match. So he still needs to win 2 battles, but only 1 match. If Pablo K. Sanchez wins the first best 2 out of 3, and or if we reverse it and Nougat wins the first one, whoever wins and becomes the champion of the champion bracket, they only have to win the first set of 2 out of 3. But if in this instance Nougat, who was the loser of that first matchup in the championship bracket, if they win, they then have to win a second set of best 2 out of 3. This is the way it works in consolation brackets. It's a little messy. But I hope you guys are following that, because even if Nougat wins their second matchup, their first, so they battled in the championship bracket. Pablo won the first time. They battle then again in the consolation bracket, or in the final, the title match. But Pablo, even if he loses that first set, he still only has lost once. So Nougat then it's kind of like a handicapping thing. Pablo only has to win 1 best 2 out of 3 in that instance, and Nougat would then have to win this 2. If that makes sense. If you have any questions on that, let me know. It'll make sense as we get into it, and I will definitely consult with whoever ends up in that title match. Obviously, there's no guarantee it's going to be Pablo K. Sanchez and Nougat again, and I have no idea who's going to win the title match, but just using that as an example. I hope that's not too confusing. I have a feeling it's confusing, but I will make sure I work with the competitors. Just keep in mind that even if somebody makes it to that title match, I guess anybody from the losers bracket who makes it to the title match has to win two matches of best 2 out of 3 in order to defeat the winner of the championship bracket. So whoever the winner of the championship bracket is, whether it's Public Sanchez or Nougat, those are the only 2 options at this point. Whoever makes it through the Consolation bracket has to beat them in 2 separate best 2 out of 3 matches, whereas the winner of the championship bracket only has to be victorious in 1 of the best 2 out of 3 matches. So hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been TortimerTheGrey, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys. And for those of you guys, Aaron Cerise, Ready, Let's Go. I think I saw you guys starting to connect. Let me know where you guys are at with that. Codeman, Epic Big Nick, you guys can feel free to start connecting now. And I will attempt to connect with Red Wolf, and we'll hopefully have some new battles for you guys here. We could have that championship final battle at any time between Public Sanchez and Nougat, so we'll see how that works out. But as of right now, I don't have any battles to show you guys beyond what we've already got, so looking to those of you guys who still have matchups to let me know where you guys are at. Let me know where you guys are at, and hopefully we'll be able to get these moving along. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.